Carrying on with the Lost Treasure scene for Blender Challenge 9. I've made a few changes since the last video. I've changed the brick material, and I'm liking this one a little bit better. We'll see how that goes. I've added some chains up here. I'm not quite done that part yet, but I've done some work on that. I've changed this to a wood material. I think I like that better. I fixed the treasure chest materials, and I also made these. I had forgotten to come back down into here and change that to alpha blend so they'll look a little bit better. I'm not done with these yet. Moved some stuff around, and that's about it. But what I want to do now is I just want to do another piece of pottery to fit in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my cursor to there. I'll bring something in right about there. I'll show you what I'm getting at. I'm going to bring in a circle and make it 6 sides. And then right away we're going to put that beside. And we're going to make something here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Good enough. Like a little, sort of like an incense. I think it's beat for incense. So I'm going to come up to there. I'm going to come in here. And let's come up a little ways. Let's come up and out. And up just a little bit more. And in, down, and we'll start sort of scaling in. We'll come down some more. And I think I'm just going to have to close that off. And I think I'm going to just have to close that off. Now we're going to put a subdivision surface on it. But then I'm going to come back and I'm going to grab all of these edges here. Maybe we'll just focus on that. Like that. I'm going to go Shift-E. I'm going to pull to sharpen those. And then I'm going to bring an edge loop up, down. You can see what we're getting at here. I don't feel like that last one though. Let's see if I bring one in just like this. A little bit sharper for that. Okay, now I don't want it that high. I may take these points here, pull them down a bit, and see what it's like just if I just bring those down a bit. I may go for that. Let's see if I want to inset this just to, yeah, not really. Might bring one more down. On the other hand, no, I think what I'll do is just bring this one down a little bit. And that's going to be okay. Let's set the origin of geometry on that and just set it up that way. Okay, so that guy's going to be there. Okay, let's focus on that again. And I think 3 is the front, control 3 is the back. I think what I'll do is I'll take this edge and this edge and control E mark seam, and then I'll just come up. Let's turn that off. Just come up the side here. Control E, mark seam. Let's go over UV editing and see where that guy is. Let's put that back on. And let's try, just unwrap. Let's do a checker map on that. I think that's gonna look okay as it is. Okay. So, with that done there, let's actually get rid of that. And let's make it a new one. Let's call this, I don't know, vase. It's probably like an incense. What do you call it though? Incense container. I call it vase, vase, whatever. Okay, so there it is. Yeah, that's all right. And shade smooth if I hadn't already. Okay, so that's selected. I'm going to export that now. Okay, here it is in Substance Painter with that material that I've given it. I'm going to bake mesh maps at 2K. Okay, so we're just going to do simple stuff. In Smart Materials, I'm going to search for pottery, and I'm going to use this one pottery stone. I can't remember if this comes default with Substance Painter or if I downloaded it from Substance Share, but it is available, and I like that. This might be a little bit rounded, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it like that for the time being. And I'm going to create another fill layer and a black mask. Switch over here to orthographic and try to set this up so I can see, you know, the 3 sides here, and there's going to be 3 sides on the back. Okay, I'm going to come over to radial symmetry in the Y, 360 degrees and 6 sides. All right. Okay, so if I do that, okay, come over to here, and I'm going to alt-click height. I only want height, and I'm going to bring the height up a little bit. Back on the mask, I'm going to come over to my alphas, and I want to look for square. Now, I think I'm going to use this one, squeeze, and let's see. I'm going to switch this to 90 degrees. I'm going to increase the size. Let's go right to 100 right there. Just have a look at that. See what that's doing. I'm going to increase the hardness a little bit. And I'm going to increase the size. I'm going to try 130. Less of a squeeze, or of a squeeze. I want to put a little sort of an area here. Let's just try that. Okay, that's what I'm basically going for. I'm going to get rid of that though. Let's get it a little bit harder. Okay, getting there. Almost. A little bit less hard than that. Okay. All right, I'll go with that. Cool. I'm going to create another fill layer and the black mask. I'm also going to set this to height, so Alt H or Alt height, and bring the height a little bit higher this time on that. And on the mask, I'm just going to choose something that's already built into Substance Painter, just a design. Let me choose something with relatively thick lines. And I'll do the same pattern on all sides, just to make it a little bit easier. Something like that, okay? And then I'm going to choose another pattern, maybe these dots. I'll make them smaller. Let's see. There. Okay. Those are all on the same layer. And that's the squares. So on here, I'm going to also add a filter. And I'm going to choose bevel. And I'm going to start increasing the distance until it gets a little thicker like that. Just smooth a little bit. I don't want to do too much. So it's going to be far off in the distance, so you'll just see a little bit of design on it. That's good enough. Like that. Okay. And then I think the last thing I'll do is another fill layer black mask. We'll come over to Smart Masks and just try a couple of different dirts. Just want to make it dark and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, okay, that's all right. Now, however, gonna make it a little bit more rough, just like that. Okay, so that's good. I'm going to save my work. And I'm going to export the textures. Choose a directory. I'll check the list of exports. Oh, it looks like I'll get an emissive. I won't use it, but we've called Vase, base color, metallic, normal, height, and roughness. And I set where I want it, did I? Yeah. Okay, let's go back to Blender. Let's go into the shading tab. Focus on that thing there. Vase material. I've got my principal BSDF here, my material output. Click on that with the node wrangler enabled, Shift Control T, textures, vase. Choose those. There it is. Come back here, make sure I save. See how that looks. And there it is. It's part of my scene. What I will likely do is put some kind of maybe a couple of beads in there or coins or something. Sprinkle a few coins there. So just another quick addition to the objects in the scene as we build up this environment.